and do not reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
BronxNet. Your voice, your views, your vision.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Open Friday, the one and only talk show bringing the best of the Bronx, New York, and the world straight to you. I'm Rina Valentin, your host, Y Café con Leche, every Friday morning. Let's take a look at today's show. First up, Open Weekend Previews, suggesting some exciting events happening this weekend. Then Baron Ambrosia is dead. His newest movie, that is. And he's here to preview it with us before he lays to rest. After that, L is for Lion, says author Annie Lanzalotto, here to discuss her Italian Bronx Butch memoir. And the sports roundup with Bobby C follows. And we close out the show with some powerful lucha libre wrestling moves. So stick around. All this is heading your way because now we are officially open.
Maybe he's really focused.
Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today.
A single ember that escapes from a wildfire can travel more than a mile. You can't control where that ember will land, only what happens when it does. Get Fire Adapted now at
Being a dad can be tough.
No. What do you mean she's not coming?
When's the fairy princess coming?
Any minute now.
But when you're willing to do anything,
It is I, Cruz Zinkerbell. Okay, time for cake.
it's always worth it.
I know it's really you, Drew. I'm just pretending for the other kids.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.com.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
Hello and welcome back to Open Friday. I'm Rina Valentin, your host, Y Café con Leche, for the next hour. We invite you to get social with us online, people. Tweet us at BronxNet TV or like us on Facebook at Open BronxNet Television. And of course, don't forget to follow me on FB and Twitter at Rina Valentin. We are tweeting and retweeting, people. When I say tweet, you say retweet. That's how we're rolling. And now it's time to find out fun things to do in the Open Weekend Preview. First up, Día de los Muertos en El Barrio. This celebration of art and exhibition focuses on gathering the community in honoring, acknowledging, and celebrating our ancestors and the presence of our past loved ones. Presented in part by the Caribbean Cultural Center, Join El Barrio, and the Julia de Burgos Cultural Center, November 1st and 2nd from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. That's located at 1680 Lexington Avenue. For more details, you can check out Dia de los Muertos Collective.com. Next, book talk at Woodlawn Conservancy. Author Fiona Deans-Halloran will host a book talk and signing of the recently published Thomas Nast, the father of modern political cartoons, Nast's critique of society's contradictions and encouraging of the public's criticism of its government. NAS is famous for the animal portrayals of the Democratic and Republican parties. That's this Sunday, November 3rd at 1 p.m. at the Woodlawn Conservancy, located at 4199 Webster Avenue in New York. And for more, in the Bronx, that is, and for more, you can check out woodlawnconservancy.org. And finally, Pregones and the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater present Aloha Boricua. This two-night event is a stage concert with Flaco Navaja and other fantastic artists. That is happening November 2nd at 8 p.m. and November 3rd at 3 p.m. at Pregones Theater, which is located at 571-575 Walton Avenue in the Bronx. And for more info and more details, you can check out pregones.org and or you can call 718-585-1202. And that is what we have for you today, people. Lots to choose from for this weekend, that is. All right, happy Dia de los Muertos. It begins. And now to Gail, my best animated friend. Hey, girl.
Hello, Rena.
How you doing?
I'm good. How was your Halloween?
You know, this is the first year that I've actually fully really enjoyed Halloween because I got to appreciate it from the eyes of a 4-year-old, you know.
Charm.
Yes, my beautiful Charm Vida, who was a little bumblebee, and mommy was a bumblebee with her, so we were two bumblebees buzzing around.
So, in terms of candy, were you a little bit skeptical in going to house from house to get candy from kind of strangers?
You know, the one deal that we made with her from the very beginning was, Charm, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go and we're going to collect the candies, but we're not going to eat any of them until we get home and we go through them together. And I have to be honest with you, we have not even had the chance to go through them. That's how much candy we collected.
Oh my God. That's awesome. Well, it's awesome to kind of sit down with your child and decide, okay, we'll eat this now, eat this later. And especially sometimes there's candy that you really would rather them not eat at all.
Well, you know, the truth is that, you know, we're all on this health conscious, weight loss, just this awareness, and obviously candies, aside from being, a little bad for the teeth, it's bad for the body. The caloric intake is tremendous, and because I live in a high rise, my justification was we actually did 51 floors of walking to collect the candy.
Well, that kind of helps. You're eating sweets, but you're exercising at the same time.
Well, kind of, sort of. We're working that out because I haven't even gone through the candies. So the truth is that was yesterday, but the candies still remain in the house.
Yeah, you'll probably have candy for the next month.
So let me ask you a question. Did you get dressed up for Halloween?
Well, actually, I did dress up as a little sailor.
You dressed up as a little sailor?
Yeah, on the boat, saluting.
Oh my goodness! And who were you saluting?
People.
People? Wasn't it a little cold out there?
It was, but especially when you're just walking around from place to place, you get it warmed up after a while.
You're so cute. I just love having these chats with you. And thank you for asking me about Halloween. Again, this is the first year that I really got to appreciate it on a whole nother level. And, then there's back to working off that candy.
You're going to have to tweet some pictures of Charm.
Well, actually, I do have pictures of her. Maybe I'll share it with you the next time.
Oh, but, I know she looks adorable.
Yeah. You sound a little, again.
Well, it was a little cold, too.
Yeah, it's that time of the year again.
Yeah, and today's a little brisky outside.
Yeah, so take care of that, okay?
Okay, no problem.
All right, thanks for joining us as always, Gail.
Bye.
All right, so once again, that was my BAF Gail, chatting it up about Halloween. That was yesterday. I hope you guys had a happy Halloween. And now we jump into the festivities of Dia de los Muertos, which is happening at the Julia de Burgos Center. So that's another celebration. And, we do have to take a break, and we'll be right back with the one and only Baron Ambrosia. Don't go anywhere.
I've been honored. I'm like so excited. I'm honored and delighted to be part of the final episode of Bronx Flavor, and it's a funeral for the Baron. So we're all here to mourn, and being that the Baron, much like myself, favors the color purple, the mourning colors are black and purple. So I've got my black and purple finery on, and I'm ready to cry. Not the Baron. Anybody but the Baron, please. Not the Baron. Take me long, but don't take the Baron. No, not the Baron. No. I'm ready.
Well, actually, this is my anniversary present to my husband. It's our first
anniversary today.
So he wanted to do this, and so this is what we're doing.
I said, honey, the Baron has invited us to be part of this event. It's our first anniversary.
So here we are.
It's your call. So we went for it. We're here.
Yep.
We're happy to be here.
It's a sad day for all of us. The Baron has apparently met his untimely demise, although no one really seems to know how or why. It's a sad passing, really, of a legend.
I was up late one night watching TV, feeling a little mellow, and there was like nothing on, and I just found it, and it just struck me. It was just crazy and funny and unlike anything else that I'd seen on television.
It's great. It's creative, it's fun, it's informative, and it's just like really a wonderful thing. It's like possibly one of the best things on television, honestly.
We came here from
Bricktown, New Jersey.
We live down the Jersey Shore, and we watch the Baron all the time, and definitely changed our culinary choices. Definitely headed more towards organs.
Organ meats are the best. Organ meats rock. Thanks to the Baron.
We really opened up our palates and our minds.
Because of Bronx Flavor, I'm going to go check this out. I'm going to get in the car, I'm going to gas it up, I'm going to find a place to park, and I'm going to go to the Bronx and try food. And I've done that, and I'm going to continue to do it. The Bronx is benefiting, in my opinion, from that. Look at all these people. There are people here from Jersey, there are people here from Connecticut. You know, people are travel because we like this show, and we're here in the Bronx because the show is about the Bronx.
I've been watching Bronx Flavor for a while, and I live in the Bronx, and I go to a lot of the places that the Baron goes to, and I am his Facebook friend, and I saw the invitation, and I only live a couple blocks from here, so I thought I'd show up.
We need him in the Bronx. We don't want him to die. I think that he should come back and reincarnate. Yeah, that's what I think he should do.
And welcome back. You just saw a taste of Baron's funeral. Oy. But this is a little awkward right now. Kind of, sort of, because, well, he's here to discuss it with us. Welcome back to life, Baron Ambrosia.
I'm talking to... No, yeah.
Zombie, right? After Halloween, that is.
Exactly.
But you're a fabulous looking zombie, if I may say so.
Thank you. I'm just dead from the waist down.
I got to tell you.
The coffee's kicking in. I'm feeling strong.
It's all good. I feel you. And on top of that, you're like in the best shape I've ever seen you in since you first started.
Yeah, I'm in the best shape really the past 10 years. You know, it was just a decision I made really a year ago to buy a new pair of sneakers. You know, after doing a lot of stuff we did with the cooking channel, and I really got heavy and my cholesterol was getting up, and I said, man, as soon as we're done shooting this season, I got to really commit. And it was just like, I never buy new, I have tons of dress clothes.
Right.
Like, for me, casual clothes is always like a bit of a situation that needs to be dealt with.
I can totally relate to you. I can totally relate. I have the same issue.
Right, I have no sneakers. You know, I'll be like, I can find, I've got like get dirty clothes.
Right.
I'm going to buy new sneakers and I'm going to start running. And it was really that commitment to buy like a new fresh, like trying them on in the store and being like, I'm going to kick some butt with this,
Right, which you did.
Then boom.
Boom.
Started eating less and, drinking more water and just cleaning and just watch us just sweating it off.
Yeah, you did. And you've actually got a six-pack already. I'm like, really? How do you do that so fast? Hello.
There's something in there.
Well,
it's
a
3.5 pack.
All right,
Yeah, but it's coming.
It's impressive, and I'm going to share with everybody. I would like to think that the swimming has a lot to do with that.
Swimming has a lot to do with it, and just really sweating once a day doing something physical and saying, I have to sweat once a day doing something physical, no matter what. And I don't, trust me, I do not have time to do anything.
Right.
You have to commit to have time to sweat every day.
Right.
Whether it's, I'm going to sit down and do 100 crunches. I'm definitely going to do, even when I'm editing, if I do a render, I'm going to drop on the floor and bust out 100 push-ups.
Right,
Four
right,
sets
right.
of 25.
Oh, you know what? That's smart because the rendering is
Right, exactly.
it's a time-consuming process.
Right, and having stuff in your crib where I put the pull-up bar right by the fridge. You know what I mean? So every time I walk past, I'll just bang out 10 pull-ups.
Makes sense. Totally makes sense.
Just make it part of what you want to do and be like, oh yeah, I'll bang them out. Bah, 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 okay. You know what I mean? Then
Yeah,
just
yeah.
keep it moving.
Right.
It doesn't have to be like, oh, I can't get all my stuff. I gotta get to the gym, the butt. No.
Right.
Obstruct yourself with physical activity.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Put it in your way.
Right.
Just like a cake is in your way, and it's like, Christ, I can't get past that today because I got to eat this cake.
Right, right.
Put other stuff in your way too.
A cake.
Because people sabotage
No,
me
you're
like
absolutely
crazy.
right. You're absolutely right.
People sabotage me. They love it. Yeah,
Right.
oh man, I made these nachos covered. I took 5 hamburgers and I put them in the blender. I put them on top of these nachos, and then I wrapped inside of a taco. And well, it would break my heart if you don't eat it right now in front of me because I'm watching you. This is my mother's recipe, and of course I'm just like. Bastards.
You know, I'm laughing because, well, you know, it's the title you wear, and since
Yeah.
you are, you know, the coiffeur of culinary,
Yeah, exactly.
and the Baron on top of that, of course, people are going to come to you with
Which
food,
I appreciate,
right?
of
Right.
course.
And so the fact that you've chosen to balance that out is and the way you've chosen, right? Because even through my campaign, the whole idea is that it's incorporated into your house, not that we are actually gonna get dressed and go to the gym and all that other good stuff. Which leads me to this Sunday. We had a moment this Sunday,
Yeah, we
baby.
did.
We had a moment. We were both at the BronxNet Fitness 5K, and we completed.
Exactly.
I completed. You completed. You completed way before me.
Well, you were fantastic.
Thank you. So are you. You were looking hot in that purple top, man.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, at that moment, I was like, I'm just gonna admire that for a
Well,
second.
you were fantastic. I enjoyed your gait. You had a very sensuous gait. It was just this kind of,
Oh, nice.
Right there, Pamela Anderson said nothing, running down the beach, forget about it.
Oh my goodness!
See that,
Oh my goodness! We were so gonna do a rendition of Baywatch.
Exactly.
Hello, Bronx Watch.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
Oh my God! You can't. But anyway, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Congratulations on swimming the Bronx River.
That was a real fun thing over the summer. Was just making the decision that I called Bronx Historical Society and said, has anyone ever swam the entire length of the Bronx using the Bronx River? And they said, we have nothing on file. And I said, I'm gonna do it. And that was the other thing too, just about getting in shape, is give yourself deadlines for anything.
Right.
And I'm like, well, July 27th, I'm gonna be in a Speedo. For better or for worse.
Right.
So the only person who's going to lose by me putting stuff off is me.
Right.
Because I'm going to look.
Right.
It's going to be horrific. You
Yeah,
know?
no, I feel
so
you.
it was just like July 27th. So every day I'm like, get in the pool, work out, keep that nachos away from me, and then it was a day that was really such an exciting time for me, was to have all Bronxites come out and just be working my way through the borough. You know what I mean?
Congratulations, because you're right when you're referencing the timeline, right? Because I found that I became more disciplined working towards something, and so moving forward, I will continue running marathons up into the New York City Marathon. Not this year, people, but the following year, and mainly because once you live into something, it kind of disciplines you to make it happen.
Right. Well, it's people like with a class reunion or a wedding. It's like, oh, they're going to see how I come out. I'm going to fit in that little skinny thing, da-da-da. You need to set those things for yourself every month.
Right.
Oh, I got to go to this place and do this thing. I better feel right. You know what I mean?
Right. Thank you
Can't
for...
wait every 10 years to be like, oh, I got another class reunion.
No, thank you for having this conversation regarding the fitness, because we are definitely advocating it in a really big way, obviously, people. But you're here to talk about your film.
We are here to talk about the film.
We are here to talk about the film and that fabulous evening that lies ahead this upcoming Saturday. I'm so looking forward to it.
It's outrageous. It really is. It's a feature-length film called Baron Ambrosia is Dead, and for the real fans of Bronx Flavor, it picks up exactly where the series left off. Which is where Baron Ambrosia gets put in jail. He's put in prison. We did 2 prison episodes where he was behind bars, and it begins with his escape. And I mean, I'm not sure how much of a spoiler alert we want to give, but we're going to be premiering it at the Andrew Friedman Home this Saturday night. It is a free showing for all Bronxites, well, for all people,
Right, for everybody.
For everybody, and it's going to be outdoors.
Right.
So I love the autumn. I love the cold winds and the kind of tempest atmosphere.
You lucked out because it's actually going to be
It's
a warm
actually
day
warm,
tomorrow.
but still dress warm. Bring your own chairs. Bring blankets. Bring a little snack for your family, whatever it is. But wear black and purple. It's gonna be an outrageous event.
I know. Well, first of all, it starts at 6. Your screening is at 8, but it starts at 6, right? And then you want people to dress in black and purple, right? And skulls. And that's one of the things I love about his events. It's like, oh, let's just get outrageous and dress outrageous and just roam the streets looking outrageous.
Yeah. And what I'll do is I'll give you a quick timeline. 6
Okay.
p.m. the gates are going to open. There'll be a market of mystery, night market of mystery. There's different vendors from throughout the Bronx, different artists. Places like Sundog are going to be bringing their root tonics. People are going to bring in homemade food and selling it on location. And then at 7 p.m., Black UN, which is a hip-hop group from the Universal Zulu Nation, is going to perform. And then at 8 p.m., the movie Baron Ambrosia will begin to roll. That movie is 90 minutes. It'll be over at about 9:30. Around 9:45, Grandmaster Melly Mel is going to come out and give a free concert. So just to give you the timeline of events, it is jam-packed.
Nice.
And you're going to see folks, from all just different cultures, Bronx, subcultures, Bronx, that you probably have never seen in person, and definitely people who have never been in the same area together, which is something I take pride in, is bringing together all these different nationalities, different subcultures, different groups, different organizations, and just bringing them under one big peaceful night of funkiness.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it definitely sounds like it's going to be funky.
It's going to be funky. It's definitely going to be funky.
So, is Baron Ambrosia going to be dead after this film? That's the question I've been
Well,
meaning to ask
I
you.
think to find that out, my one design as a director is to say you got to come out and find and see the film.
Nice.
You don't want to hear about it secondhand.
Nice.
Because there'll be a moment where like, this is it. This is the situation. This is how the film is resolved. So with that said, you don't want to hear it secondhand on Twitter. You don't want to hear it secondhand on wherever. You want to be there when it happens.
That's
just
right.
To know you were there when it went down.
That's
You know
what's
what I
up.
mean?
That's what's up. Just going back to the food, it's very interesting because originally I was going to go have something to eat before I came to your event, but I didn't realize that you're actually going to have food there. So it's more of like, let's just make this an evening event. Like, go have your dinner there because there's going to be different types of foods that you can try.
I think it'll be more dessert style things.
Okay.
And that's just because of who, as we're kind of getting the event organized, we've got all these different things going on. And a lot of the people who could make little desserts, like Claudia's Gourmet Flan is going to be there, John Denizard. And I know that it's much easier to make little batches of things that you don't have to keep hot.
Okay,
So
all
most
right.
of the folks will be. I believe Rennie, who's one of the stars of the movie, her company's bringing out some Japanese soup, as far as I know.
Nice.
But I would. Yeah, I would
Eat something,
I'd eat something, or
before.
even bring a little something.
Right, or bring something, bring something,
yeah.
bring something.
And one cool thing about the film too is that it was because it is a feature length. It's bigger than an episode. We brought together a lot of different powerhouses here. This was produced by BronxNet, Fornell Films, and Sony Software.
Nice.
Actually sent me to Haiti to film a third of the film. So this
Nice.
is and we're in the New York Times today, which is great. So please get a hard copy of the New York Times.
Nice.
I think it's like 824, the whole article about the movie. But they really focus on the Bronx. They don't really even focus on the fact that we shot a third of this narrative film in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. And not too many narratives are shot there. People go there to film and say, oh, look at all the disaster here. But if they're going to shoot a movie about Haiti, they do it in Miami, be like, oh, we're in Haiti.
Right.
You're not in Haiti, you're in Miami,
Right.
you're on a Hollywood backlot.
Right.
If you're going to talk about shooting Haiti, shoot in Haiti. If you're going to talk about filming the Bronx, film in the Bronx.
Right.
How many movies in Hollywood are like, oh, this is a movie about the Bronx, look at all
Right.
these guns and drugs, and they're shooting it in
Canada.
in Canada.
Yeah, because it's a
Rumble in the Bronx was shot in
like.
Hong Kong. It's like, if you're going to call a movie Bronx and you're going to say that, shoot in our community, have people who live here come out and work on the film
Right.
and show the face of the community. Don't perpetrate the fraud and try to do some fake stuff.
And
you
in
know?
addition to that, it raises the economy of the community.
Right.
That's the whole idea.
Right,
That's
exactly.
really the whole idea.
You have the canvas, you have the real canvas here. Why would you do a fake one that doesn't even look half as good as the real one?
You know,
what
the
I mean?
beauty of what you are and what you represent and the work that you do is that you always come from an authentic place. And I'm one of your biggest fans, and I'm so proud of you. And I'm proud to work with you. I'm proud that, you started here with us and that you keep it moving, and yet, you reinvent. And I love that. I love it. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. And I've always, I love having you involved in any one of my projects, which is always a joy. And what's most important, I think, lesson is that they try to homogenize the funk. They try to take what we do and water it down. You know, people will see a little bit of a buzz and they're like, oh, you want to come and do something for our network or this or that? And you got to keep it pure and know what would poison your soul. You know, I always say you can't sell your soul because you can't, don't sell your soul because you can't buy it back. You know, and they try to make, you know, you'll watch a lot of TV shows and they try to make assembly line rebellion. Oh, this show's a little dangerous. And this person, they're just trying to please as many people as possible. I try to please no one. If you're pleased by my work, I'm happy. Right. But guess what? If you're not, I'm not changing a thing for anybody ever. And it is what it is.
I know, because you rock like that. It's like, it's my way or the highway, baby.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. You're brilliant anyway, so they just have to catch up. All right. Woo! Meredith in the house. I just want to show everybody the New York Times. This is the article. Please pick up the New York Times. You're going to read more about him and tomorrow's event. I'm all excited. I just want it to be tonight. So make sure you pick up the New York Times. Once again, the screening is at 8 p.m. on Saturday, November 2nd. That is Baron Ambrosia is Dead. And the event itself begins at 6 p.m. at the Andrew Friedman Home in the Bronx. And for more information, you can go to baronambrosia.com. And of course, you know.
And shout out to Michael Maxnabi, who has gotten his hands very dirty with this film.
Woo!
A lot of stuff you see, you know, everybody knows him as being kind of the behind the scenes here, but trust me, he was out there filming on the rooftops in the street doing his thing. So shout out to Michael Max.
All right, so, you know, as Baron Ambrosia just said, let's give a shout out to our executive director here at BronxNet, Mr. Michael Maxnabi, for getting his hands dirty. This is definitely a film you guys want to come out and see. I mean, just hearing that statement alone, you know, I'll be there, that's for sure. All right, we got to take a quick break, but now we're going to check out what's going on in the Bronx community.
Well, I have a small token of appreciation on behalf of the people of New York City. And this is what they call a commendation presented to Luis M. Vasquez, Executive Director at RAIN Incorporated, for his outstanding dedication to serving the elderly and their families in the Bronx and beyond.
He set a high standard as leader of the borough's top senior care provider for the homebound over the last 20 years. Luis Vasquez steps down from his role as Executive Director of Regional Aid for Interim Needs, or RAIN, an agency founded nearly 50 years ago, stronger and more equipped than ever to continue their services in the years to come.
And I think, you know, Bea said it best. She had a vision, a very important vision for senior citizens throughout our county. But you needed someone to implement that vision. And the person who's done it day after day, year after year, is Luis Vasquez.
RAIN was a program that at every level provided that service in a quality, classy way.
But tenacity was also needed, and Vasquez had a lot of that, especially when it came to fighting for the rights of seniors in the face of budget cuts that threatened the agency's future. Today, RAIN serves nearly 30,000 seniors in the Bronx and Upper Manhattan and delivers approximately 1,500 meals each day.
Lou made my dream come true. I had the vision, and Lou continued with the vision and made RAIN what it is today.
The unprecedented growth, even through tough times, caught the attention of then City Councilman Guillermo Linares, who was the one who convinced Vasquez to bring RAIN to Washington Heights.
His services are so great that when I was in the City Council, I was able to bring him to lead one of the centers in Washington Heights. That's how far-reaching the quality of the service he has been giving leadership to in the Bronx has gone.
From his colleagues and RAIN volunteers,
I don't know, they've inspired me, so, you know, I went back to school and everything, all because of the inspiration of their activities. They're so active there, and you feel alive. You feel like you're something and you're contributing to life.
To the friends he grew up with.
We just had this camaraderie, okay, and we were like brothers. We were family.
To partners in government.
And not only has he provided the services through RAIN, but he's done it in a really upscale and classy way where the spirit of our seniors is one that is intact, where they have fun. When you go into one of these programs, all you hear is laughter and movement.
Vasquez inspired so many while caring for those who've given so much. His years of service might be over, but his style and the dedication he gave to seniors will be something that continues here at Rain. In Pelham Manor, this is Arlene Makoko for BronxNet.
Actor, writer, and Bronx native Jose Roldan Jr. was recently recognized by the Hispanic Organization of Latino Actors for his one-man show, Father Forgive Me, For I Have Sinned.
My story is based on me growing up in the South Bronx, trying to identify myself in a world of stereotypes and just trying to, it's a coming-of-age story, an urban coming-of-age story.
The 14th annual OLA Awards were held at the Battery Gardens in downtown New York City, honoring outstanding Latino actors, artists, and producers. Stars like David Zayas and Bobby Cannavale were honored for their work. Jose spoke about how he felt being counted among the stars.
I feel amazing. Like I don't even have words right now to express the joy that I have today. It's just an honor. I'm humbled, and again, never expected any of this to happen.
I am so proud at this moment. I like it. I love it.
Being recognized for his outstanding solo performance, Jose and his team have big plans for Father Forgive Me in the future.
More success, bigger success. Something on Broadway, maybe in the movies, theater. Just keep growing from where he is now.
Absolutely. We're actually looking for a producer right now to actually move it to maybe an off-Broadway or Broadway stage. So hopefully within the next few months, fingers crossed, we'll be able to do so.
We hope to see this Bronx boy with his star on Broadway and beyond.
It feels amazing. Like, I guess one thing I can say, dreams do come true.
For BronxNet, this is Christina Pagan.
This was me. And Mom and Dad. And my big brother Alex. And Jack. And this was the day that I learned that sandals get their name from sand. That jellyfish aren't made of jelly. That stars don't just come from the sky. That the ocean is bigger than all of us. This is the day we all got to forget that I was sick. And it changed everything. This was my wish.
Being a dad can be tough.
No. What do you mean she's not coming?
When's the fairy princess coming?
Any minute now.
But when you're willing to do anything...
It is I, Cruz Zinkelpel. Yeah. Okay, time for cake.
It's always worth it.
I know it's really you, Drew. I'm just pretending for the other kids.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised.
Practice makes perfect. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Hi, I'm Ruben Diaz Jr. I'm not just the Bronx Borough President, but I'm a father and an uncle. I can't emphasize enough how important it is for men and fathers to be a part of their children's lives. Let me talk to you about a program that's come out of my office, the Bronx Fathers Taking Action Committee, which is a committee of Bronx fathers and men formed to help uplift the institution of fatherhood while responsibly respecting the privilege of being a dad. Our mission statement is to engage, empower, educate, and encourage fathers, grandfathers, and uncles of all ages by providing them with the resources and help that they need in order to build new relationships with the leaders in our community. Ultimately, this initiative will help reinforce Bronx men as positive role models. So, I just want to take the time out to encourage fathers, grandfathers, uncles, men of all corners of the Bronx to take an important role in the lives of the children in your family and in our community, and also to get involved in this uplifting committee.
Good job, Theo.
Thank you.
Let's start it again, Theo.
All right.
The Knicks couldn't capitalize on the Garden transformation debut last Friday, but the Orange and Blue managed to delight the hometown faithful, even in a pre-Halloween scare Wednesday night at the Garden. The Knicks won the home opener despite nearly blowing a 25-point lead to Milwaukee. Final score, 90-83. So New York started the season 1-0, and then the real test came Thursday night on Halloween in Chicago. And instead of a scare, this one was a horror. Star point guard Derrick Rose, who has returned from an ACL injury that kept him sidelined for a year, led the Bulls past the Knicks, connecting on a baseline floater with 5.7 seconds left. The shot lifted Chicago to an 82-81 victory over the Knicks. Carmelo Anthony, who finished with 22 points, missed a potential game-winning shot right after. Rose finished with a team-high 18 in the Bulls' home opener. The Knicks, now 1-1, will be home for Minnesota on Sunday and home for Charlotte and Kemba Walker next Tuesday. As for the new-look Nets, Brooklyn started in Cleveland on Wednesday and fell 98-94. It wasn't the start the Nets had hoped for, but I'm sure there will be plenty of buzz in the building tonight as the two-time defending champion Miami Heat come to the Barclays Center. The Heat opened the season with a victory over the Bulls, but then lost a shocker to Philadelphia Wednesday. Tonight's game in Brooklyn tips at 8 p.m. We shift gears from the NBA hardwood to the NHL ice, where the hockey season for the New York Rangers at home also opened up at MSG. We go inside the locker room for more.
After 9 games on the road, the New York Rangers returned to Madison Square Garden, and the welcome wasn't exactly what they had in mind. The Broadway Blue Shirts fell 2-0 to the Montreal Canadiens on Monday night in their home opener. Their new head coach talked about the lack of scoring punch late in this matchup.
Right now we're having obviously a tough time finding the back of the net, but I don't think that it's from lack of possession or doing the right things that permit you to do that.
JT Miller said the Rangers are just going to have to go back to work tomorrow against the rival Islanders.
The chances are there, and I think plenty of guys are getting their chances. It's just a matter of it's not going in right now. So I think when they start going in, it'll be a lot better feeling around here. Tomorrow morning comes around, we got to go play again, and we got to try to capitalize on our chances and try to get some more pucks in the back of the net tomorrow.
Everybody was excited for this game, playing at home here. So I'm pretty sure everyone's pretty disappointed, and we can't allow us to be frustrated right now. We have a game tomorrow, so we just have to get back at it and try and get a win tomorrow.
Rangers bounced back Tuesday night on the island, topping the Islanders 3-2. However, the Rangers dropped right back in a 2-0 defeat to Buffalo Thursday night. Rangers are now 5-7 and will face Carolina Saturday. The New York Giants and New York Jets were on the road last weekend. The Jets will return home Sunday for the New Orleans Saints, while the Giants, now riding a mini 2-game win streak, will take a week off on the bye and return home next Sunday, November 10th, for the Oakland Raiders. Big Blue bested the Eagles last Sunday 15-7 in Philly. The Jets were crushed 49-9 in Cincinnati last Sunday. Ouch, where the Bengals are undefeated at home. Undefeated, folks, is the magical word floating around the Rose Hill campus in the Bronx these days, where Fordham football is still perfect. Fordham had the bye week after defeating Yale 2 weeks ago and will now resume its quest for the perfect season right here in the Bronx, when the Rams take on Holy Cross Saturday at 1 p.m. Holy Cross, Bucknell, Lafayette, and Colgate, the Final Four, standing in the way of perfection for the Rams. Fordham men's basketball also tips tonight. Game 1 of the season against Northwood University at Rose Hill. Log on to FordhamSports.com for more. Time for some quick hitters from around the world of sports. The New York City Marathon is set for this Sunday, and as always, there will be plenty of Bronx faces in the crowd and running the distance. Our Bronx State cameras will be there to capture it all. And on the baseball diamond, the Boston Red Sox are champions. They won the World Series Wednesday night, closing out the St. Louis Cardinals 6-1 in Game 6. Big Papi David Ortiz was named World Series MVP after hitting a ridiculous .688 in the Fall Classic. He reached base 19 times in 25 plate appearances. I think we could stop here with the Sports Roundup. I'm done. Those are the headlines. We hit the C-list for some additional commentary on the World Series. Yes, Yankee and Met fans, I'm happy that the Boston Red Sox won the World Series. Don't be shocked. Hear me out. Before professional obligations set in, and fandom was my middle name, I would probably refuse to speak to someone from the Bronx who makes a remark like this. But now that things have changed and my career becomes the perspective by which I view things, there are two reasons why the Red Sox winning is okay in my book. The first, Boston was the best team in the American League this season, playing in the toughest division of baseball, in my estimation, and they simply deserve to win it all. They played like champions throughout the playoffs, topping aces David Price and Matt Moore in the first round against Tampa Bay, downing Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer in the ALCS when Detroit was the obstacle that prevented them from the World Series, and then went out and beat St. Louis's best aces and proven postseason pitchers like Adam Wainwright. Although that might be difficult to digest, the primary reason why the Red Sox winning should excite New Yorkers is simple. You should be upset, raised up, and hopefully both the Yankees and Mets, especially the Yankees, should be feeling that. Well, I don't know about you, but when I don't feel great, it's time for a shopping spree. Bust out those checkbooks, Steinbrenner family. It's time to go and get some talent. If the Red Sox can go from worst to first and win the World Series, why can't the Bronx Bombers fix their problems? Sure, there's plenty that signing stars won't solve, but there's also plenty that it will. The Yankees are good, but they aren't good enough. They need more talent, which can be acquired through free agency, trades, and hopefully some in-house player development. If all three come together, the Yankees too can be champions again. So when the Red Sox won it all Wednesday night at Fenway Park, it was a win-win for Yankee fans who got so hot under the collar. Hopefully it lights the same fuse for the organization, because I'll tell you, New Yorkers, we don't tolerate mediocrity for long. The last time the Yanks missed the postseason in 2008, the team spent and won it all in 2009. If Boston winning is what it takes to push the Yankees, then so be it. And if the Yanks are spending more, then likely the Mets will spend some too. Competition, my friends, is the driving force behind success. That's your sports. I'm Bobby C. Stay with us. More Open coming up right after this.
Know what?
What?
Since I got adopted, I've learned a lot about these humans.
I know. I mean, check out these two. It's Flirt City over here.
Yeah, I noticed that. It looks like my human is definitely into your human.
Oh, look! I think she's getting his number.
Nice.
Your human's got some sweet moves.
Takes after his dog. Oh, look, they're doing that thing where they put their arms around each other.
She kicked up a leg. It's like in the movies.
That's awesome. Looks like we're going to be hanging out a little bit more.
Being a dad can be tough.
No. What do you mean she's not coming?
When's the fairy princess coming?
Any minute now.
But when you're willing to do anything,
It is I, Cruz Zinkerbell. Okay, time for cake.
it's always worth it.
I know it's really you, Guru. I'm just pretending for the other kids.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
I already knew that I was going to go to college, from a young age. I definitely want to major in political science. After that, I'm going to get my law degree. Then I'm going to come back to Detroit, boost the economy, become the mayor or something, try to make the situation better for other people. I feel like I owe it to the city. I'm determined. It's gonna happen. My name is Justin, and I am your dividend.
You wouldn't let money just blow out of your house. So when your AC or heater is on, make sure the doors, windows, and fireplace flue are shut tight. If you're headed out, turn down the AC or lower the heat by 10 degrees. And always keep your water heater set at 120. A little bit of common sense goes a long way. Get more great tips at energysaver.gov.
I'd like to welcome everybody here to the third annual. It's a great time. We enjoy catching the game and hope everybody enjoys eating it.
Bronx Pipe Smoke Study Small Game Dinner. It's something that just started out as an idea. For me, it really is a dream. And I started out at a small Native American powwow upstate New York where I saw a bunch of trappers who had pelts. And I said, what do you guys do with this meat? And they said, well, we kind of put it back in the forest. And I said, well, I'd like to eat it. And it's kind of very interesting how things developed from there, where next thing you know, I was way up in the Adirondack Mountains with these guys, small trapper cabin for, a cold, windy weekend, getting animals and bringing them back. And that was 3 years ago, and we did it in South Bronx in the Bronx County Courthouse. And 3 years later, here we are at the Andrew Friedman home.
This is a great event. You know, it's I've done game dinners for my whole career. You know, you get the venison and the antelope and the ostrich, and you get all the game that's farm raised that we're allowed to serve in restaurants. This is different. This is nobody's serving this. People who are eating this aren't on television. They're in the backwoods somewhere, not being paid attention to. But it is, in the 3 years that I've been here, I've never had anything that I wouldn't say is fantastic. All the food has been great.
This is an important gathering. There are pioneers of hip-hop. The Bronx Historical Society is here tonight. And it's a sampling of flavors that's paired in different ways by great chefs.
So far, I've had the Red Fox. I've had the Bobcat, which is primo. And we've had the skunk.
It's exciting, and having the people here that prepare it is even more exciting because you feel like there's more of a connection with the food because the chefs will tell you about how they prepared it, so you feel a certain connection with the food.
I traveled in Europe a little bit and tried different meats, but never anything like this, and it's just interesting and different. It's nice.
I think I like the coyote the most. It cooks up very beautiful. It's red on the inside and very dark on the outside. It looks like almost looks like brisket.
Oh boy, I really like the Bobcat. I was really surprised because I was really nervous. Like, am I going to like raccoon? Am I going to like Bobcat? Am I going to like venison? I like the Bobcat, especially in the tortellini. It was really good.
I did cook great fox, which is prepared with chipotle sauce, smoky flavor pepper sauce, cactus leaves, potatoes, and red onions. Well, it takes a little while. We had to soak the animal in lime powder for a couple hours just to get rid of some of the smell of the animal. Then it's cleaned with lime juice. Then it's flavored with chipotle peppers, a little bit of garlic, onions, tomatoes, and then it's slowly cooked for 2 hours.
I got 3 Bobcat. They were about 30 to 35 pounds apiece. I took the front legs and the back legs off of 2 of them, and I braised them Tuscan style in white wine, thyme, garlic, tomato, and I took the ribs off of those 2 and I roasted them. I took the rib meat off with shallots, white wine, and cream. I made rib meat tortellini, and then did it all like a ragu, and then I had 1 whole Bobcat that we just roasted.
Asked by Baron Ambrosia to come and do a Bronx Society pipe dinner. And they told me that I had the luxury of cooking coyote tonight. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna bring it, and I'm gonna bring it in a big way. Coyote, venison, raccoon, and squirrel. I'm so excited right now, I don't even know what to do.
Every year there'll be the guy who pulls me aside and says, you can make so much money with this dinner. And I said, that's not what it's about. It's about getting people from all different backgrounds, all different ethnicities in the same room that would never be in the same room. If we were to charge some high ticket price, you'd only get people who are willing to pay a high ticket price. I don't want that. I want every guest to be someone who kind of balances out and has this wonderful menagerie of just personalities and cultures and people. And all of a sudden, what brings me the joy is I'll look in the corner and I'll just see little conversations happening of, between one friend and another friend who would have never met if it hadn't been for me bringing them together.
I think that Baron has created a great thing here, and I think that I think in years to come, you're gonna see it just double and triple and quadruple in size.
Today is the kickoff Savor the Bronx Restaurant Week, a week where we get to taste the best of the Bronx, highlighting why the Bronx is called international.
Ruben Diaz Jr., the Bronx Tourism Council, restaurants and organizations across the Bronx are coming together to show that the Bronx is a destination that has everything.
inviting people to come in and savor the flavors of the Bronx. We've got dozens of restaurants that are participating in Restaurant Week, diverse restaurants. We've got Latin food, we've got Italian, we've got different types of cuisines all over the borough. And we're inviting people to come and participate and enjoy the flavors of the Bronx at an affordable price.
We have so many great restaurants. We don't want our people from the Bronx to go outside the Bronx. We really want them to stay here and build our restaurant business.
From Italian cuisine in Little Italy to seafood in City Island and everywhere in between, Savor the Bronx offers everyone a chance to enjoy the diverse flavor our borough has to offer.
There's so many things that we're known for here in the borough. We're also known for our cuisine. And the fact that we're so diverse, the fact that we have wonderful restaurants that compete with the best of them. So today we are at Jake's Steakhouse.
We want to promote the Bronx. It happens that the Bronx has the best restaurants of any borough in the city and beyond.
See, the Bronx is such a diverse place, and in our city, it's got this wondrous spectrum of flavors, including an authentic Little Italy, which offers great restaurants. I love Arthur Avenue. I eat in the Bronx. I know, and I want to share with people. Savor the Bronx. Come up to the Bronx and enjoy. Wherever you may be in this great city, know that the Bronx is New York City, and it has great flavors from around the world to offer you.
The Bronx will be having 2 weeks full of diversity and different flavors, designed for everyone to come and enjoy.
Reporting from BronxNet, Halsey Paula.
Welcome to this special edition of Art and About with Danny Halbin on BronxNet. In today's episode, we will be focusing on the 10 steps to the human face. Here we are at the Rockefeller Fountain in the Bronx Zoo. It's easy to add little bits of color. Tune in next time for Art and About with Danny Halbin on BronxNet.
We're amped up because in our Open Artist Spotlight, we have a slightly different sort of performance. They've been here before, but now to give us a live taste of what to expect at their event coming up this Saturday, we welcome the Bronx Wrestling Federation to the open stage.
See your face, you better disappear. The fire's in the eyes and the words are really clear. So beat it, just beat it. You better run, you better do what you can. Don't wanna see no blood and be a macho man. You wanna be tough, better do what you can. So beat it, but you wanna be bad, just beat it. Beat it, no one wants to be defeated. Showing how funky strong is your fight. It doesn't matter who's wrong or right. Just beat it. Just beat it. Just beat it. Just beat it. They're out to get you, better than what you can. Don't wanna be a boy, you wanna be a man. You wanna stay alive, better do what you can. So beat it. Just beat it. You have to show them that you're really not scared. You're playing with your life, this ain't no truth or dare. They'll kick you, they'll beat you, they'll tell you that it's false.
Ustedes se han creído que como son Black Mafia, ustedes van a controlar BWF. No, eso no es así. Mientras esté el Bronco Internacional aquí en BWF, va a estar pendiente a todo lo que están haciendo. Así que mucho cuidado y mañana 2 de noviembre verán lo que va a pasar. Siempre voy a estar al tanto, no importa la nacionalidad, que sean boricua, mexicano, hondureños, de donde sean. Yo soy el Bronco Internacional y siempre voy a dar la cara por la compañía y por lo que está pasando. Así que mucho cuidado con lo que está pasando con ustedes.
This is the Bronx Wrestling Federation. I just want to mention to everybody, these guys are professionals. Please don't try this at home. Okay, I'm scared to get over there. However, can we all make up? Can we kiss and make up and sing Kumbaya?
We're usual.
I'm like super. I'm like catching my breath just watching you guys. Can we all just give peace a chance?
Okay, Mom. Oh, man.
And
It's okay, Mom.
You okay?
It's okay?
It's a caveman. We have a caveman. What is he doing? Why is he rubbing the belt?
Trying to create fire?
No, thank you.
No,
Thank you. Let's just share with everybody the importance of safety and how you guys are professionally trained to do this type of demonstration, because I was in the audience petrified, and so I don't want any kids trying to do this themselves.
Yes.
Well, kids, definitely do not try this at home. Leave it to us, the professionals, Bronco, Caveman, myself, Pandora, Bobby C. We know what we're doing. Come and have fun, enjoy the show, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. A very good party.
A very good party.
Boricuas are taking this home.
Boricuas are taking this home. So we have Bronco Internacional here. He's so famous. I mean, everybody here, Lucha Libre in the house, people. Woo! I'm like all excited about it, like a little kid.
Eso es para que se den cuenta lo que nosotros estamos haciendo aquí en el Bronx. Así que les exhorto a todas las personas que vayan para que disfruten de un buen show. Permiso, préstame eso. Estos cinturones, préstame.
Okay.
Estos cinturones son de Black Mafia.
Darrow's Gyms. If you want to come see a great show, come see us, the Bronx Wrestling Federation. Come watch me and my partner, Eric Draven, the Disrespectfuls, dismantle somebody tomorrow. Come see Caveman and Bronco and everyone standing here. We are the real deal, and we are what's happening right now.
All right, and there's the information up on the screen at this moment. It's the Bronx Wrestling Federation happening on November 2nd, all right? And the doors open. Doors open at 7:30 p.m. And if you're interested in more information, where do they go? Do you guys have a website?
Cuidado, no te haces.
Wait, what is he doing? You guys, can we put him on a leash? Can we put him on a leash?
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's all good. It's all good.
It's okay.
Can we just sit back down and eat the piojos? I just love that. I know. I'm going to keep saying it because it's like, his protein is his piojos. Just before we go, just because we're peace advocates here at BronxNet, is it possible that we can have the Black Mafia at least come and say goodbye on air? All right, we got to take a break. Oh my gosh, we're going to take a break, guys. We're going to take a break. Cut, take a break. Uh-oh, here we go.
Bronco.
Being a dad can be tough.
No. What do you mean she's not coming?
When's the fairy princess coming?
Any minute now.
But when you're willing to do anything,
It is I, Cruz Zinkelpel. Okay, time for cake.
It's always worth it.
I know it's really you, Drew. I'm just pretending for the other kids.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Hi, this is Jeff Fox for 107.5 WBLS. And when I get off the radio, I check out my man, the Dr. Bob Lee and Cool Clyde. It's open on BronxNet. I never miss it.
A single ember that escapes from a wildfire can travel more than a mile. You can't control where that ember will land, only what happens when it does. Get Fire Adapted now at fireadapted.org.